Yeah. Happy late night. Good evening to everybody out there. This is your boy Triple J with the NXT recap. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this is brought to you by my fellas, Shane O'Mac and Des Taker. Guys, how we feeling tonight? Good evening.
Good morning, good evening, and happy Tuesday and happy Mania week to everybody out there that's tuning in. It's me, your homie, Shane O'Mac, coming to you live from the East New York section of the Three Bells podcast table. Wow, what a night we have tonight. I can't wait for us to talk about it. I can't wait for you all to come on in and enjoy the table. Mundo, what's good with you, man?
Yeah, what's good? What's good? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's WrestleMania night number 2 along this week to WrestleMania and Stand and Deliver. Wow, what a night we had with NXT. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it. Very entertained. Can't wait to get this thing going. What up, Jay?
What's going on, my guys? And on that note, this begins Tuesday's episode of the Three Bells podcast. Hi, fellas. Thank you for them bells. Just like to let you know, fellas, I'm loving how this episode was. Just how it started. And we got a nice triple threat match to determine the number one contender for the tag team titles, guys. Gonna jump straight into it. And guys, let me know what were your thoughts on this match. Shane, I'm gonna start with you, and then Des to follow.
I get to start first. Okay. Let me see if I can do this right. So we have this first match to determine who's going to be in the tag team title match for SND. So it was Axion and Nathan Frazier versus LWO versus Gallows and Anderson, aka the OC. That's what they was introduced tonight. A couple of things that stood out to me was Axion with his super Spanish fly from the top rope. That was awesome. Another move was I don't know what you would call it, but it looked like a torpedo thingy off the top rope from Del Toro. That was pretty cool. It was also cool how we saw like 4 different superstars that was in the ring. They got in the ring and then, ran and jumped over, the third rope to get into the crowd like a bunch of bowling pins. That was funny. And we had the cool ending with the 450 from Frazier, and Axion and Nathan Frazier wins. Am I happy with this? I got to be honest with you. No, I am not. I am not happy with this at all because my money was on Gallows and Anderson, the OC. Because out of all of the tag teams, I thought that they was like the most powerful, and I thought that they would be the ones who would help deliver a good tag team match. But I guess we're going to see power versus speed and agility with Axon and Frazier. So good luck to you guys, and yeah, that's what's up, Mundo.
Yeah, I'll start from there. It was a very surprise ending to the match for me. Literally when I saw that 1, 2, 3, I was like, oh shit, like I was not expecting that. I guess that's how you do it. I guess everybody was expecting the OC or AKA the Good Brothers to win. So to give the swerve, excuse me, like that was, I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, Lord have mercy, Axiom and Frazier. I I like the entrance. I don't think I've ever noticed the entrance before. And Frazier was he was dressed like the Flash tonight, and then they did that like the little slow mo thing, and then he ran, and so it made him look like he was running faster than he actually was. So that was pretty cool. But Frazier, Axiom, and LWO were going at it so good at the beginning of the match that I forgot the Good Brothers were even there. Like they were not even like visually in the action that was going on. And then Anderson came out of nowhere. I was like, oh yeah, you're here too. I was like, okay. Overall, it was a good match. It was a really good match. Again, LWO looks so much better on NXT than they do on SmackDown. Maybe maybe they just need to stay on NXT for a while. That Axiom, man, he is tough. He is one tough dude, man. Like you said, Shane, that Super Spanish Fly was amazing. And then that DDT by a Wild off the rope, that launch DDT that they did was just insane. Like, he's been making a name for himself on NXT. Definitely, we spoke about that a while ago. What else did I see? That 360 splash by Del Toro was also pretty cool. Like, that, I don't even know what to call it, honestly. Like, it was like a torpedo 360 splash that he did. It was freaking cool. And then, you know, the 450 by Frazier and that surprise ending. I don't know, Jay. What about you? Did you expect that outcome for the match tonight?
Honestly, that shit it shocked the hell out of me. You know, but they've been selling us honestly that the fact that it was looking like Gallows and Anderson was going to win this the whole time. But like you said, they did a whole 360 and gave us the high flyers to meet these guys in Stand and Deliver. So I'm like, okay, kudos to them. They tried, they busted their ass, and the fact that we saw a lot of just high flying moves and aerial stuff was something I can enjoy. You know, and at times, like you said, when we didn't really see Gallows and Anderson when they did appear in the ring, they were hitting hard as shit. So I give that part to them. But them Spanish flies, they were on point, both of them. The one in the ring, in air, and then the one off the ropes. Love it. And also that little corkscrew in the air by Wild, that I thought was dope. Some did that flip crazy. And I just like to say congrats to the guys that everybody least expected, because this is what we expect out of wrestling at times. Don't we can't always sit back and predict that the person that's really supposed to win it wins. So kudos to the little guys and good luck on Saturday.
Um,
Go ahead. What happened?
I'm trying to remember. Is this match that we're getting on Saturday? Is this like a rematch for I feel like we saw the Wolf Dogs go against these two before, like during that tournament. Unless I'm bugging, didn't they face each other? Wasn't it for the titles that they faced each other?
Yeah, they did get a shot. They
Okay,
got their shot and got their asses beat.
but it was a good
And
match though. It was a good match, but then the Wolf Dogs, they closed it out. But yeah, okay, I knew it wasn't bugging.
my whole thing is now, if this is since this is like a part two, do you feel that this is the end of the tag team run just by these two guys alone, or since Braun's on SmackDown, or is it gonna be a legit title run with the two?
And this is something that we were trying to figure out a few weeks ago. We were trying to figure the same situation out because of the fact that they signed Braun to SmackDown. It's like they consider, as you heard last week, they consider Braun a SmackDown wrestler now, and he's just only on NXT to defend the titles. And once I guess he loses, he's gone. So it's a really sticky situation with that, because it's like, if they lose, then what happens to Corbin? Because then he goes back to not having a title on the brand and back to being alone. It's a weird situation, man. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. I mean, I would rather them let them keep rolling, but what more can they actually do? Shane?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you because they don't know what to do with him on SmackDown. I mean, so far on SmackDown, they gave him these jobbers to prove to us that he's powerful. We already knew that with him in NXT. We already knew that from the Royal Rumble. So and he's the champion here in NXT. He's getting airtime and good airtime on NXT, and he's helping Corbin look good. And does does he need help with Corbin to make him look good? I would say no, but they complement each other very well, and we like to see that. I know I do. I love seeing them two together because they work together very well, and they are tag team material. They fight like tag teamers. They work like tag teamers. So what would happen if they were to lose the title to A&F? Right, A&F. Can A&F in fact defeat these guys? Breaker? I don't know, man. I don't know. Jay?
Yeah, man, they got a definitely tall task on their hands, but you know, never know what could happen in this world of wrestling nowadays. I'm gonna go ahead and play these messages, guys, while we shuffle some papers. Run them straight through and until the last one.
What is up, fellas? Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on your time zone. This your boy Knives coming through. Yo, came to give you some good love, positive vibes, and probably shit on Tony D'Angelo a lot. Anyway, what's good? What we talking about? Okay, so there's so much to unpack with this fucking match. All right, so the first thing, LWO, why are you here? Why are you here? Like, I understand that they're a good tag team that does, needs a lot of time, and you should feature them a lot, but do that on the main roster. Dude, Gallus is standing right there. Why were they not in this match? And then Axiom and Nathan Frazier winning this. So it's the Challengers, a tag team of two guys that didn't like each other, versus the Wolf Dogs, a tag team of two guys that don't like each other. Yeah. And this was Shawn Michaels and Triple H and everybody else in WWE Creative going, yeah, Carl Anderson, you think you're just going to go over and work dates in Japan while you're contracted to us and you're just not going to be punished? Ah, silly rabbit. It's moments like this, when I watch matches like this, I say to myself, has Nash Carter suffered enough? Has he suffered enough yet, WWE? Can we bring him back, put him with Wesley, and get TM61 back? Because we desperately need them. If this is how we going to do this, you're absolutely right. The Wolf Dogs, I believe it was either the first or the second title defense that they had was against Axiom and Nathan Frazier. It was that match where Braun Breaker cut Nathan Frazier the fucking half with a spear. It was beautiful. Oh no, they're gonna retain the titles. They're gonna be Axiom and Nathan Frazier. And it's Braun Breaker's got one half the tag team titles in NXT, but he's a SmackDown guy. So there was this guy named Dominic Mysterio.
Any more? Is that it?
That's all. That's all the messages. Wow.
That's all for now.
Yeah, appreciate
insights,
all those messages. Hell yeah, great insights. Love it.
Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to my homegirl T for showing up, keeping her word. Thank you so much for joining us and showing some love. So thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Real quick, you mentioned Wes Lee. Isn't West dealing with a back injury right now? We can't pair somebody up with a injured superstar.
I think it's his knee or something. The knee or the back. It's one of the two.
Yeah, I remember his whole speech and spiel. He said he had a serious back injury and he was going to be out in there a year, maybe a year.
But you know what it was? He's mentioning of his old tag team partner that got kicked out of WWE at one point. I think it was I think he beat his girl that was another former character on NXT at one point. So, both characters
like real life domestic violence beat her.
Yes.
Oh, he ain't coming back. Hell no.
Especially
not under TKO. Hell no.
Yeah, that was pretty much what he was saying. To pretty much bring his tag team partner back and let them rock again down the line. But he is right with the other tag teams that they do have in there, such as Gallus. I do agree with that. And why are we keeping a team like that in the back fold when they need to be out there wrestling? And we got also them guys from the No Quarter Catch crew as well that can actually put two guys together and form a tag team and could have been all in this all together and made it a bigger match than what it is. But hey, this is what we got for Stand and Deliver coming this Saturday, fellas. Jay, we got what happened.
Ridge ruined Gallus's career. That's what happened. They put them in a stupid ass storyline with him, and we've never seen them again.
Well, he hurt their potential without having to hurt them fully.
Exactly.
It's crazy. I'm gonna play this last message before we move on, fellas.
Oh, no. See, what happened with Nash Carter was Nash Carter got accused by his ex-girlfriend who, I forget her name. And it was he put hands on me, he beat me, that everybody and their mama found out that was complete bullshit. And she was actually the abuser to the point where this motherfucker had to move into Wesley's house to get the fuck away from her. And it's just bro, the man was innocent and we all knew it. Why is he not back?
That's not cool.
With Nash Carter, it's not even an Enzo Amore situation where it's you got accused of something and we found out that you were innocent, but you're a shithead, so we're still not going to bring it back. Nash Carter's a nice guy that everybody loved. There's no fucking reason. This is one of my hills to die on. I don't understand why this man is not back.
Well, if that story is more common knowledge and everybody knows it, and if everyone feels the same way you feel, then one thing about WWE, they hear the universe. They hear us when we call out the names of the superstars that we want. Maybe TKO or NXT, we're here. What you're saying, hear what Jay is saying, hear what Des is saying, and maybe they'll bring them back after Mania. We know a lot of things, happen and starts after Mania. So who knows, right, Jay? Because that's very interesting info. It's unfortunate that men are put into positions like that and are usually guilty until proven innocent. But it's good that, and I really hope that what you're saying, Kay, is like broadly knowledged. Like I hope a lot of people knows what you're saying as opposed to what she was saying, which is why people would say, "Oh, he's not going to come back," based on what she said. You know what I mean?
Well, what if they're just waiting for Wes Lee to get back to the company? I mean, you're not going to just bring his partner back and he's not here. Like maybe they're just waiting for him to get back to 100% and eligible to participate in NXT.
True. Let's see what happens down the line. Probably Wesley probably got another 4 to 6 months maybe that he's going to be out. It's been about a good 4 that he's been out now. So, let's see what happens with him. And on that note, we got Lexis King talking in the back about Stone and saying that they wanted another shot at him. Throwing shots basically at Von Wagner and saying that Von Wagner's been, in basically a year with Stone and he doesn't see the direction that he's trying to put him to. And it's the same old tune, the same old dance, and you're gonna see my hand raised in victory. So, you know, we go to a match where we got Henley, Fallon Henley, and she's with Kalani Jordan and Thea Hale. She's fighting off against JC Jane, who comes to the ring with Jasmine Nix, Kiana James, and Izzy Dane. So after all of that, we get a little promo where Ilya's got a boot on his car, and someone drives by saying he should have should have paid his parking tickets, and the car tells him to pull up to get in. And it leads us back into the match. So, fellas, with this match between the two ladies, what were your thoughts on it? Des and then Shane.
First off, Jay, I told you it was. You know what? We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait until. Let me see. We'll wait. But yeah, JC and Fallon, good match. Good match here. Quick notes. All I really wrote down was it felt like a one-sided match, and then the whole outside distraction situation was no help. And then, man, that fucking knee by JC Jane, my lord, what's the name of that move, Jay? Like, Lord have mercy. I literally jumped out of my seat on that one. I was like, oh, I was like, there's no way she's kicking out of that. You know the name of that finisher?
Honestly, I don't. All I wrote on my paper was "nice knee" because that shit was
Bro.
devious as fuck.
Yeah, I wrote down what a fucking knee by JC because I mean, jeez Louise. But yeah, I get it now. Once I saw the graphics, it finally clicked. Like, who the hell everybody is? It's so many different people that have individual beef, and they're teaming up with each other to basically take on their rivals. Because I remember Jordan and James and Izzy and Thea and JC. I was like, okay, it makes sense. We've seen all of their individual stuff in recent weeks, so now they done clicked up, and it's gonna lead into the next segment. But Shane, your thoughts?
Yeah, my notes. I wrote big knee from JJ because that was the highlight of like the whole match. Like that one move was like, yeah, this is it. It was an okay match. It was a lot of distractions going on, a lot of theatrics and stuff like that. And I guess all of that was to build up to what we're about to talk about in a few minutes. And I looked on Twitter, and to the Twitter world, they're pretty excited about what we're about to talk about. And yeah, it was cool to see the video, the Dragonov video. Once again, they're using the parking lot as like a scene. There's something about that parking lot. But I'm enjoying this video story that they're telling, almost like a movie, as well as this match, especially like towards the end of this match, Jay. Yeah, that. Yep, those. Yep. Them, Jay. Yeah, get it. I'm trying to cover the space because I don't know how hard it is for you to hit your buttons.
Yeah.
real quick. Can we just give a shout out to our girl Spotlight? I don't have my music tonight, so no Usher, but Spotlight. What up, baby? How you doing?
Hey, Puddin'. We see you. Hi.
Oh man, that was honestly a good match, guys. I enjoyed it, and at the JC and old girl, it started off slow, and then the momentum picked up. So I can see why we getting a little feud between them because they basically stirred the pot, and then the pot boiled, and then everything ensued. So you know I'm ready for this match on Saturday. It's definitely going to be an entertaining one because
What match, Jay? What are you talking about? We have a match on Saturday? Question mark.
yes, it was announced by Miss Ava that we have a 6-woman tag match between Thea, Fallon, and Kalani against JC, Kiana, and Izzy. That was announced.
Ah, shoot.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Ah,
Okay.
shoot. And
So
the Twitter world is ready. We are ready for that, son. Are you kidding?
So I want to just say, I want to add to this because I mean, that was a poor job, Jay. Poor job. I'm very disappointed in you. The fact that for the first time ever, NXT is joining the production situation with SmackDown and Raw and giving us new camera angles and stuff where the camera was backstage in what they call their gorilla position. And we've seen Ava sitting there with, I guess, her assistant as they're watching and running the show. And then we got JC and her homegirls coming from stage side and coming back through the curtain, and we see Lexus King as he's going out, and then they're sitting there bitching him on in it, and then she tells him, "Look, we're on live TV. Get the fuck up out of here." And then we see Thea and her girls, they're bitching him on in as they come through, and she's like, "Look, enough. I done heard enough from y'all," and that's when she made the match. Shane, because this is not the first time we've gotten it tonight, but because I believe we talked about this a few weeks ago as well, when I was like, I wonder if NXT is going to join in with the new camera angles and stuff like that. And it looks like they're starting to do it because I've noticed it a few times tonight. Did you see it?
Yeah, absolutely. That was super dope. I like how they used that scenario to introduce another match for S&D. But yeah, Des, what was that about? What did Jay do that like I'm sitting here like, what is it that Jay just do that got you pointing your finger at him like?
Because he's the promo king and he just kind of just overlapped the promo, skipped the promo, and what happened, and just said, "Yeah, we got an announcement from Ava that like what? You forgot about everything that led into that." She didn't just say out of nowhere, "Yeah, we're gonna have it in a match." All that shit happened.
Oh, so Jay, you forgot the details that led to that match. I think that's what Des. Actually, that is what Des said and saying. Yeah, because you usually tell the details. You usually have details, Jay. What happened, Jay? What happened?
Nothing. Nothing has happened, guys. Sorry for the minor boo-boo.
Bro, I'm just saying because your show's getting added to the production now, the new production of under TKO, and I would have led with that. Like, shit, we finally got new camera angles. I've never seen backstage like there before.
Well, thank you for bringing it up. Since this is more of my knowledge, and you're right. I should have brought it up. But at the same time, this is good to hear it coming from you and your side of it because you're part of this as well with us. So sorry again. I'm gonna play these notes and
See, all this forgiven.
Hurt Jay's feelings. You hurt Jay's feelings now.
I said all this forgiven. This is what happens when you don't join in on the conversations with me and Shane when we talk about this. You would have been in there first. No.
It's okay.
Myself serious.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. You'll be all right, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. The magic's on you, man. Jay?
Why not? Why would they not bring him back when Wesley's not there? They featured Wesley when he wasn't there. Like, soon as he left, they was like, "Yo, Wesley, North American Championship." Dude, you can bring back Nash Carter and put him in a fucking program with Dijak. I mean, this Joe Gacy shit obviously doesn't work. I'm off topic. Anyway. Yeah, absolutely, positively, 100%. I stopped listening after you said Thea Hale. I think Thea Hale that's my girl right there. Who do you like? That's like the most beautiful, attractive, charismatic, talented woman in WWE. Wrong. It's Thea Hale. It's Thea. The knee that JC Jane did was actually a shout out to her former Toxic Attraction partner, Mandy Rose. She was using her finisher, the kiss from a rose. The more you know.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to that match more than Cody and Roman. I'm looking forward to that match more than The Rock. That's my WrestleMania weekend match of the whole weekend. Well, 2 words, people. Thea Hale. All right. I'm going to a dirty place in my mind right now. I'll be right back.
What in the hell?
Sounds like he needs a Booker T towel.
Yeah, right.
Mm,
I'm weak.
shit.
But Jay, is that correct? That's JC using Mandy Rose's finisher?
I would say so. And that's, and at the same time, we keep on continuously hearing during these matches where they keep on mentioning toxic. So is that leading us to think that maybe Mandy's on the horizon as she repaired her, whatever she had with WWE going on with her OnlyFans thing? Is that going to go out the picture and we get her? What you guys think? You think we get that second run of Mandy, fellas?
I think that Vince was just mad that he wasn't a part of her OnlyFans, so he cut her ass. He was like, "Fuck you! If I can't fuck you on OnlyFans, you can't be here."
That is so nasty. That is so nasty to think about him and her together. That is nasty, Jay. Why would you even ask a question like that that would conclude this thought in my head for him to go again? Ugh. I mean, wasn't it bad enough that she was with Otis and that stomach and that gut and him saying, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." That's the sound that she had to hear. No wonder why she ran to only fan. The only audio she has to worry about is herself. And apparently she made a lot of money from her own audio. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Making that big money. Coming back to WWE, I mean, at the end, would she benefit from it as opposed to OnlyFans? I don't know, Jay. I don't know. Would you like to see her come back, Jay? Would you like to see her come back, Des? Would you like to? Would you like to, dude?
Don't you do that shit? Don't you? You play too goddamn much, James. But Jay, would you want to see a return of Mandy Rose? And would
Why
there be
not?
issues? But would there be issues because Mandy, you said she was the leader of Toxic Attraction, correct?
Right. And we keep on hearing it at least for the past 3 weeks to a month. And every time JC Jane has been in the ring, there has been a mention of toxic as far as
But
coming from Big Joseph's mouth.
but do you think that she would, let Mandy back and be her leader, and while she's in the midst of leading her own thing right now, like,
I think Mandy would probably try to stop her in her tracks and be like, nah, you ain't trying to recreate something that I started. That could be something we see as Stand and Deliver where, like right now, if you look at it with those 3 women, they do have a fourth lady there.
you
And they're
took the
going up
words out of my mouth. I was going to ask you that question. Go ahead. Go ahead.
they're going up against 3. Someone's got to even the odds in this. And if it's Mandy to surprise the whole crowd on Saturday, it's gonna be bananas, bro. Like she's like Roxy. She never lost a belt. She had to, she lost it, but she had to just basically drop it and leave. So she lost to Roxy, basically.
She lost to
And
Roxy because Vince didn't get a chance to have a free subscription to her OnlyFans.
other
Let me
than
stop.
other than
Let me
that, other than that, Mandy had a reign that was, and similar to like Roman's. She was already a year and some change into the title defense. So, I wouldn't be too surprised if she goes back for the title that she's always wanted and not really lost. So, let me play this message, guys, and let's hear what's got to be said.
Oh, nope, not at all. Mandy is nowhere near coming back. That woman is making $500,000 a year on OnlyFans. Like, dude, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna go and take bumps and deal with like WWE fans, or like show your boobs and get $500,000? I know what I do.
I'll show my boobs. Hey.
Well, according to Mr. Sparkle, who needs Mandy when you have Thea? That's what he's talking about.
Do it again, Shane. Do it again.
Okay, I gotta get up first. Okay, we gotta. Yeah. Why do you need Mandy when he has Thea? Outfits. And the way she yells, she screams, and she's just gonna kick some ass.
You heard
I'm
the
telling
boing. You heard the boing. The boing.
Mhm. I'm telling you, he's
Yeah,
right now.
that's
He's
so
using his Booker T type his towel. Hmm I'm sorry, Jay. Hit it, man.
nah, that's so classic, like from old school cartoons. The way that sounded like, and that shit was classic. I like it. You always you always do your thing with that, bro. Ah, you spot on.
Was that a
So
whistle from Dez? What was it? Was
yeah,
that a sound effect, or did you actually do that, Dez?
Oh, that was me. I actually did
hey, hey,
We find out
that.
Thea has the fan clubs up in here. Okay,
No,
okay.
no,
let's
no.
see
She crazy. She crazy, man. She crazy.
it. That's what he likes. Like it
Yeah.
seems because he was holding
I've
himself. He was.
been
But
there, done that, and not doing it again. No way.
I will give her a shout out though. She is good in the ring. I was very impressed when she had what was that match she had? She had a match not too long ago, and
She
that's
fought
after
last
that.
week.
Was that the
She fought,
match when she decided to just go crazy? Remember that match?
and
It was the match.
she put the Kimura on old girl.
Hmm
Yeah, I
That
think it was last week when she went nuts and started parading around the ring and shit.
Okay, yeah, she definitely got it. In terms of in the ring, she's a tough cookie. This is going to be a very very interesting match come Saturday, especially with all of these possibilities that can happen. I'm looking forward to it, Jay.
I am as well. You know, if I would think that they will probably start the show off with that match being the kicker, unless it's like the championship match to start off the whole thing. But after that, after all of that happened, we got a Josh Briggs promo, a nice little vignette talking about JBL giving him his advice, and they let us know he's 6'8", 270, and we're getting an insight of him chasing the North American title. And it led into the ladies match, and where we have Miss Lola Vice against Carmen Petrovich. ¿Qué
Um,
pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
Match number 3 was Wagner versus Lexis King.
Yeah, Jay, I'm afraid he's right on that. Jay, did you have your notes together, Jay, for match number
My
3?
bad. My bad. My bad. I skipped the page. You're right. You're right.
You skipped a page. You can't be
Yes.
skipping pages, man, because then you're gonna have Dez with his big smile on his face, with that finger
Yeah.
about to hit that unmute button, and start doing all of that on you, man. I'm trying to help you out, tag teamer.
Damn, Des. Damn it. Yes, we got the Lexus King versus Von Wagner match. Fellas, since Shane, you hit me with the boom, you can lead it off. What were your thoughts on this match between Mr. King and Vaughn?
Oh, that's all it takes for me to go first is to hit you with the boom. I do that more often. But speaking of boom, I am going to boldly say that I was actually pretty impressed with Mr. Vaughn tonight. He was giving like some really, really powerful slams tonight on Mr. King. Even though we know that Mr. King won with his coronation move for the 3 count. And wasn't there a table involved? Almost a table involved. And did it look like it was a botch when he tried to slam him or something like that? Like it was kind of like a confusion thing, and then it led to like a DDT from King, and I don't know. It was just a weird little segment there because I really thought that we was going to have somebody, go through the table. But I will say that I was impressed by Vaughn's performance tonight because, you know, Three Bells, if you know us, you know that I am not a big Wagner fan. I think he's just like a big, slow, like he's just a goofy guy. Like he's just like a big old goofy guy. But he definitely proved himself tonight to have he has some good power there. He used it very well. What do you say, Des?
I actually wrote down in my notes that he's finally fighting like a big man. For once, he's fighting to the size of his body. Like, bro, I don't know the last few times we saw him. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but tonight, I agree with you, Shane. He looked much better than he has the last few times we saw him. I mean, he had heart tonight. He ran to the ring, and it was he was throwing some good punches and going after Lexus King. I was like, oh wow, there's a chance this guy might actually win a match. Yeah, I agree with you. I think there was some type of fuck up outside the ring where I guess it was a table spot, but they tried it twice and it didn't work out. So yeah, that didn't look too good. And yeah, again, that's all I have, because again, eventually the match turned around in the King's favor, and I'm just like, damn, this little motherfucker again is beating the hell out of this big ass motherfucker, and I'm like, this just don't look right. And I'm like, he really can't beat King, and it's sad. So yeah, shout out to Lexus King for the win. Wagner, I give you a round of applause for your efforts tonight. Great job. And yeah, back to you, Jay.
Not for nothing, Jay, I don't like it when you tease me about having a table. The table is one of the most important characters in the WWE. So when you clear out the announcement table like that, Jay, you're giving us the impression that it's about to break. But no, what happens? Not only do you botch your moves outside and right in front of the table, but you don't use the table. So, for that, I'm giving you not one, not two, but three wants for not using that table properly. Jay, goddammit, no table tonight.
Wait. Honestly, like, I get it that Vaughn tried, but come on, how long has Vaughn been here? Vaughn's been there for a minute now and can never get any type of momentum at all. And he should actually, if we're looking at it from our angles and our side of things, we should think that, okay, fine, this should be a cakewalk for a guy like Von Wagner, for his size and his girth or whatever. He should be beating his ass. But no, Lexus King, as smooth as he is, beats him, and he beats him with the coronation. And you're like, now next week it's gonna be some bullshit, because now Stone is gonna probably be like, you know what, I told you so. So you shouldn't have fought him. And man, I feel that Vaughn needs. I don't know. I don't see him having a future like that, because he's just not showing anything for me. And this was probably his best match in the past 6 to 8 months. If you want to say that, he impressed you guys a lot. When I was watching him, he was all right. He was better than this. He keeps on going down and down and down the totem pole. So for this match to be something that you guys looked at, this is something good for him. Now, can he keep this up going into whatever he's going to go into next? That's all I'm. That's what I feel. But then
Yeah.
having a guy like Von Wagner, talk to me.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that Booker T basically has the same, outlook on Wagner as we do. And he was speaking facts tonight about him, like saying basically the same thing, like, you're a big dude. Why aren't you fighting like a big dude? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, why do you look the way you do? And I'm not going to speak for Shane, but for me, it's not that he impressed me a lot. It's just that this is the best I've seen of him since I started watching NXT, which is, only a few months in, but I've only seen him in this year. So yeah, I don't, that's all I know. I know him as the dude that keeps losing to little dudes. And, because didn't he lose to, what's this dude in Metaphor, Noam Dar, in that cup match? And he didn't even get a damn pin, not one round. So
Exactly.
yeah, so I'm like, it's like, this is the first time I'm seeing you actually have heart in the fucking match, and you still lose. I'm like, I don't know if that did anything good for you, but yeah.
See, so everything that you just said, in terms of the bad that he went through, especially losing to that little guy, Mr. Omdar, however you say his name, and then he does a 180 and give us the performance tonight. That's why I said that I was impressed, because I'm so used to seeing this big goofy guy just coming up short. Somebody said something to him during training to say, yo, use your freaking power, like display your power, because that's what you're about. Some people about speed, some people about agility, some people is about how you call it, strategy, or technical, fighter. And then you got people like you that's just big and powerful. Use that. And he did that tonight, even though he didn't win, but he did that tonight more so than any other time that I've seen him. So on that curve, that's why I said what I said. Does that make sense, Jay? Does that make sense, Des? Does it make sense, Jay?
I'm going to sue you if you're going to keep using my shit, okay?
And the funny thing is, no one knew that this was your shit until you mentioned it. Isn't that something?
Yeah, of course they didn't know, because this is not my audience for Monday Night Raw. So maybe Spotlight, she would know. Spotlight, you know what my shit is, right? Did you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, did you know?
Oh,
Did
I
you
guess
know
they
that,
have
Jay?
off on Tuesday.
Look at the hearts. Thank you, Spotlight. Thank you.
Okay, fellas, I'm gonna play these messages in between everything while we shuffle some papers.
So, in Jay's defense, Wagner versus Lexus King. Who gives a shit? And that it happened. And that's the best thing that I can say about it. All right, Lola Vice time. I mean, I'm gonna reiterate it. Like, who the fuck gives a shit about Von Wagner? We don't. None of us. Well, me. I'm gonna speak for. I'm not speaking for the Three Bells podcast. I'm speaking for the general NXT fan base, bro. Like this he's Eli Cottonwood with extra steps. Oh, I can tell you what he was doing. He was doing the Wade Barrett thing. Like, you remember when Wade Barrett was like a foot taller than everybody, but then he was still out there bumping for guys like Justin Gabriel, and it was weird. It's like, yo, you're a foot taller than this dude. Fight like a big man. Wait, Lexus King fucked up a table spot? No. It's not like we didn't see him doing shit like this at AEW as Brian Pillman Jr. He wasn't constantly fucking up table spots there, or just any spots. Oh man, dude, this guy. Yeah, no, like I was saying, he constantly would do shit like this, like clear off a table. Oh, hey, we're going through the table. No table. He would do shit like this with, like, Sammy Guevara and Orange Cassidy, No.
Please. Yes, please send his name. Say his name one more time. Send him actually saying his name one more time.
Yo, bro.
No, but I don't know. I've never seen Lexus King in AEW, so I don't know if that was his fuck up, but it really looked like more of a fuck up on Wagner's part because he was the one that was supposed to deliver the move, but I don't know. And then it turned into a sloppy ass DDT.
That DDT looked nice though. That shit was like, fuck it. You wanted to go
That
do
shit
this
was
way, we go
sloppy as
that
fuck.
way. DDT was
That
better
shit was
than the box.
sloppy as fuck. What are you talking about? On the outside, that shit was sloppy.
Okay, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and play this message from our guy.
What you mean, Sammy Guevara? Like, y'all don't call him Sammy Guevara? Because I call him Sammy Guevara.
We don't speak of him on our shows, but I mean, I don't. That's the guy that injured Jeff Hardy, right? A few weeks ago. I think that's the only time we mentioned him on one of our shows because of that.
Yeah, all the wrestlers on the planet that I think are just terrible that should get out of the business. If it wasn't for Tony D'Angelo, and we'll get there later, Sammy Guevara will be right at the top of my list. This fucking shithead.
Also, you don't like him. That's why his name is.
Oh,
That's a weird name. Imagine you marrying somebody like that. Yeah, like her name is Jennifer. Like how could you walk the streets of New York with that name tag?
Yeah.
I agree with you, Sparks. That's
shit.
no.
Oh wait, I got something real quick, guys. Real quick. Did you know?
So you know what? I'm just gonna laugh. I'm gonna downgrade to a laugh. It's just so funny. It's funny. Okay, so you played that. So you have something for us?
No, I just.
That's what I was expecting. I was expecting something behind it.
No,
I was just going to play your segment music on another show
because you keep using it, but you keep using my shit.
So it's just a basic interference on my show by the both of you. That's what you're trying to say.
Shout out to Rob. What up, Rob? What's going on? I see. I told you we do this Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. But yeah, it was just me. I forgot that I had that there. I could have deleted it, but that's the last time y'all gonna hear that version of it. I'm not gonna do that no more. It's retired now.
Until Monday.
Okay, yeah, until Friday. He's gonna bring it back Friday. Go.
No, never.
See, there we go.
Did you know? I'm done.
It's retired.
We gotta get you. We gotta get you out the room. Get out my room. Get out my room.
Don't you do that now?
Nope, I'm not doing
it. He set his own self up right now. Stop it.
Setting up all this, doing all this foolery on my show. Jesus Christ, coño. Ay. But after that match, we got Ava talking with Mello in the back, and she's letting him know more or less like we got to have a winner at the match and to be ready. So Mello tells her, "I'll be ready. I'll be ready," more or less. And after that, we got Carmen Petrovic talking with Natty in the back. Dez's favorite lady, and Roxy walks by and says some stuff. I couldn't understand what she said because it was so quick. And at that moment, my pipes were banging, clink, clink, clink. So I didn't really hear it. But see, there we go. A nice bang, if you guys heard that one. But that leads also into our match where we got Lola Vice
Why you didn't
against
ask me what Roxy said?
Come on. You see, here we go. Here we go.
Look, I
Say it,
mean,
say it, say
aren't
it.
we here? Aren't we here to support? We're support. If you miss something, I got you. If I miss something, you got me. She said, "Bitch, I don't need to listen to you or anybody else," and then walked away.
You see, that
Yeah,
was
she
too quick
called
for
her.
me to understand.
Yeah, she called Natty a former hero. And
Yeah,
if you saw the hurt on Natty's face, I know Des was cracking up when
yeah.
you saw the hurt in her face. So Natty looked real hurt after being called a former hero.
And Shane, I bet Jay thought that I was lying, but that's what she said in between the lines. That's what she said to Natty.
But yeah, Jay, she was definitely hurt, dude. She was definitely hurt. Jay, Jay, Jay. That's why I was unmuted and talking because you didn't press the button. Damn it. Damn it. Do I have to come
Yo,
in
Oh
your
my
room? Do I have to come
god.
in your room and fix your
Oh
phone?
my god.
oh Lord.
Do I have to come in here? Dude, what is
Yeah,
going on?
yeah,
Is everything all right? Why
yeah,
is it that you're
man.
not
I was just
unmuting on
crying. I was just crying over here for a minute. I'm sorry.
time?
I
Yo,
had to cry.
shit.
I was crying.
We got to get it together,
Oh.
man. Let's get it together, okay? Okay, I'm gonna leave your room now. You gonna be all right, Jay?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Leave.
I'm
Okay.
fine, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, Shane, why are you doing this to me? Des, Des. Okay,
Yeah.
now.
Sorry.
Colonial. Colonial. Anyways, we got a match. And it was Miss Carmen Petrovic with Natty, Dez's favorite lady, against Miss Lola Vice. Hmm. Since you want to be Mr. Laffy Laffy, you could start it, Laffy Taffy Man, and let me know what you think about it, Mr. Mundo. And then Shane, go
Laffy,
ahead.
Laffy Taffy, man. You better stop before you get yourself in trouble. Because last time you called somebody a name, Shane started doing that shit and going into your room.
Yeah, he called me. What did you call me, Mr.
Mr.
Fudge?
Fudge. Mr.
Oh,
He said Mr. Fudge.
that was so rude. That was so rude.
Oh shit, I am crying. All right, so we'll be right back with this commercial break.
Yeah, that's why I feel bad for Tay Mello because she married that fucking shithead. Like she put a ring on it and everything. So now she's Tay Mello Guevara. You have to put that on your license now. Tragic. I mean, I just feel so bad for Natty, man. I feel bad for Natalia Neihart, man. I mean, like they constantly put her in these situations where she gets to get shit on, you know. I mean, and she's such a good talent, and then she gets to go home and her husband's depressed because he's mad because his boyfriend is in AEW. Shout out to Claudio Castagnoli, you know. Oh, wow. I mean, it's just tragic. No, it's not. Somebody help this woman.
Nobody helped this woman. She should have been cut years ago. But anyway, this match with Lola and Carmen, my lord, it was karate versus MMA. Shit, I think this was the most vicious match of the night as far as like the women. My God, and man, Lola is a very pretty face, thick body, and all that. But God damn, she's a combat athlete if I've ever seen one. She's really, really mean in the ring, but she's really, really good. And I give it to Carmen for putting up with it. You know, Carmen, not she looked really thin and frail compared to Lola, but she was trying her best. I give her that much. But all in all, I love how this match ended with Lola executing the sharpshooter and facing towards Natty and sticking her tongue at her like, yeah, bitch, watch your girl tap. Yeah, I completely enjoyed that. Let's give Lola 3 bells. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Shane?
I agree with Des and everything he said. And to add to that, I like Carmen's entrance when she did her Kill Bill sword play. She took that sword out and was doing that thing. I was like, wow, I don't know what to be afraid or to be turned on, because she was just like she was crazy with that sword. But then again, you got my girl Lola Vice in the ring also. So if I had to pick, I gotta go with my girl Lola all day, every day. The way that she was just teasing Natty, it's like, look what I can do. This is nothing. Like, this is just a little habit. Like, I fought tougher and badder chicks than this here. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. And then at the end, the very end, Des, when Natty ran in the ring and consulted Carmen, and what was Lola doing, Des? You saw what Lola was doing. Popping that hip. Yes,
Yo,
sir.
that's the thing. I was gonna say the way she enters the ring versus how she actually, wrestles, it's night and day, bro. Like when you would see if you see her enter the ring, her whole entrance, you'll take her as a joke because she's dancing and salsa and all that other stuff. But then when she get in the ring, she's fucking mean as shit. Like, god damn, that shit is night and day, bro. And remember, she just fucked Natty up last week, so she's feeling herself, and I'm feeling her while she's feeling herself. So I'm feeling on her while she's feeling herself on herself.
Okay. By the way, Jay, she probably got that spunk from Miami, because that's what she's repping. She's repping Miami, Florida, Jay.
For sure she is.
Mm-hmm.
Spicy Latina. Mm. Yeah. Great
I love
win for her
that.
tonight.
I
I
love me a
bet you.
Latina.
I bet you
Mm,
do.
mm, mm.
But that was a great fight for her. Very strong. And for Carmen to, one up her with her moves, I give it to Carmen for trying and doing her best all the way to the end. But that spin back elbow by Lola happened, that was it. And then the mocking of Natty. Damn, I know you had to have the biggest smile on your face when she was doing that in front of her. Like, I could tell you was probably like, yeah, bitch, take that. You know, you was I already kind of know that. So also after that happened, we're being told that we're gonna have supernova sessions with Metaphor, with Lyra and Roxy. And prior to that happening, we get a Ilya promo, fellas. What were your thoughts on this, Shane and then Des?
Oh, I was distracted for a second. You said we got in what did we get? I'm sorry.
We had an Ilya promo in where he was in the car.
Oh, was that part of the story? Oh, yeah, part of the story as to, yeah, where are they taking this guy? First off, the fact that he even stepped into the car was like weird. Like, you step into the car of your enemy, the guy that you're about to defend your title to at a PLE doing Mania. Happy Wrestlemania week, everyone! And you actually stepped into the car going, who knows where? Just like last time where he drove your ass to a bridge and could have threw your ass over. So yeah, it was interesting looking at this as to, building up and building up. And is this the video package where they sat at the table, Jay? Like, it
Not
ended with
not yet.
them? Not yet. Okay. So yeah, I'm getting my so it was 4 video packages total? Wow.
3. It was 3. Maybe
It
this is
was
a matter of
it
fact.
was
Yes,
3.
they did. They
So
did.
yeah,
They
this
did
was
sit
it.
at the table, and it said to be continued or some shit like that.
Okay, yeah. See, Des, see how you're trying to get me. See, you see that everybody's trying to get us. I knew it was 3.
But he
Trying to
corrected
get.
himself. He corrected himself and helped you back on the path that you were already on. I
Mm-hmm.
apologize. I apologize.
Thank you, thank you for that. Thank you. And yeah, it was the whole thing where we got the establishment shot to see where we were, and it was supposed to be a story. Jay, is there like a story as to where they had this shot? Maybe from like a past episode that they had or something like that. But I like how they did that and they ended with to be continued, because it's like, who's going to say what first? What's going to happen here? And they just left us there like in suspense, like, oh snap, what's going to happen? I liked it. What about you, Des?
Real quick, I'm gonna just give a shout out to my boy Drew. Drew was good, Drew. But yeah, I mean, the only note, excuse me, that I wrote down for this is so over the top, and I love it. Shane, remember what was it? was it last week? Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, actually, we spoke, and you were like, they can't keep giving us this every week because it would kind of just like die out and dry out. And I eventually agreed with you, and you were 100% correct because like I loved every minute of this, and especially this part. This part was so over the top with the guy cutting the wood, and then the other dude with the nail gun, the air nail gun, and just shooting the same spot over and over just so you can hear it, and then all the mob dudes just staring at Ilya, and I'm like, this is the most entertaining Ilya has ever been to me because I can't stand him. I think he's so boring, but this was so cool. I enjoyed it 100%. And yeah, to be continued. Jay?
Yes, sir. It's to be continued, and for sure, guys, I definitely am liking how they doing this vignette leading up to Stand and Deliver for both guys, and that leads into the episode of Supernova Sessions with Lyra and Roxy. Des, since you're a big supporter of Roxy, I'd like to hear your input first, and then Shane, the same as well. Hit it, fellas.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I didn't really write much down. I was just watching it. I didn't want to take away from what was happening by, trying to take notes because it was a long segment, but um I love the fire that Roxy has. Like I said, for new viewers, her name is Roxanne Perez, but now that she's a heel, I call her Roxy. So I'm loving her attitude. She rushed Noam Dar and Metaphor, like, yeah, whatever. Let's just bring her out. And then you hear Lash Legend and Jakara, they're like, oh my gosh, she is so rude. And I'm just laughing. I'm like, okay, and y'all bad guys too. So I think this was the most entertaining Lyra has ever been. I mean, she's been pretty terrible at these face to faces before a pay per view or a pay per view style NXT. I mean, that contract signing was fucking terrible, like go to sleep type style terrible. So tonight she turned it up, and she gave us a different side of her when she put Roxy through the table. And I was like, I was not expecting that. I thought Roxy was going to get the upper hand, but I guess since she got it last week, it's only fair to give the champion the upper hand the week of the event. Um, what I did write down, Lyra said was, well, I win, all you do is bitch. And then she said, after you lose, you'll have a lot to bitch about. And I was like, oh, okay, Lyra, you going into a different space here. Okay, all right. But yeah, all in all, I think this face to face did justice for the match this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. And Roxy better win. Shane?
I agree with you, Des. This was a way better face to face than previous. And I'm not just saying that because of the table thing. The table thing that was cool too, but this still would have been a cool face to face even without the table. Because there was a couple of nuggets that we got from Kyrie also that made you say, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Like they were both giving us nuggets and they was both giving us truths. And and of course, Des and I we all spoke about as to why Roxanne became Roxy, and it made sense. And again, you asked the question, well, is she really bad? Like, does she have like legit reasons to have the attitude that she has? Moving to the PLE, and it's a point where she actually has fans. She actually has people that's backing her up because we kind of understand and agree her angle and where she's coming from. So yeah, I like this face to face. This was very good. It was awesome to see this because the next time we're going to see them, they're going to be fighting Jay. Can you believe that already, Des?
Real quick, one thing I did forget to mention was when Lyra came out, I wrote in my notes, no pop. Shout outs to the tribal chief, but the fans really didn't go crazy for her. So maybe they're on the same boat that I'm on as far as Lyra. I'm just like yawn fest. But again, tonight, she turned things around in a better direction. But she's she still has a long way to go for me.
Well, honestly, like I kind of got where both of them were coming from within this whole situation, and one calling, this one calling her a bitch and everything. You just got to the point where you're like, okay, fine. Lyra finally got a little spunk in her for the first time, and she actually made it believable. Meanwhile, possibly, the future challengers are in the background hyping this up, and I kind of liked it that they had dumb dare to hype it up like that the way it is, like little instigating. And I can't wait to Saturday. But my thing is, guys, was that an AA that she delivered to Roxy?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was like, really? Out of all the moves that you could have done, you did motherfucking AA, really? Like, that's not even your move. I've never seen that in her move set. So I was like, what the hell, man? Boo.
Yeah, she turned up right there, and I was all fine with it because we don't really get that side of her, and it seems like every match that has to deal with
Or
something major. What happened?
or was it a FU?
Mm, same shit. Same shit.
No, bro. A FU and an AA are not the same. A FU is a FU. Like, bro, like, come on. If I say FU, would you take that the same as if I said you need an attitude adjustment? Like, no.
If you say it, Des, it's both still shady. So there you go, Jay.
And
Oh,
you're the one sitting here sending shade. Really?
What was the name you called me? Shay?
That was so 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, dude. But we have a very important message, Jay.
That's right, that's right. She did say that. All I do is win. All you do is bitch. Anyways, yep. How you doing? Shane O'Mac, Triple J, Mundo 24. It's the Three Bills Podcast NXT Recap. Hashtag WWE. Hashtag NXT. Hashtag Standard Deliver. Stand and deliver. Hashtag Three Bills Podcast. In your face. Ding, ding, ding. Let's go. Shout out to his listeners. Don't you look? Penelope, T-Baby, Andrew.
Jay, you heard it. You heard it, right? I know you heard
yeah.
it. I heard it too. Okay. All right.
I heard the ding, ding, ding.
No, I heard
What?
this very special Shane O'Mac. Like, man, I
Oh,
want
there
to.
they go. There they
Yeah,
go. Trying to start something. What you
Shane
heard? What
O'Mac.
you been hurting? She
Shane
always says
O'Mac.
our names like that. She said our names equally. I was listening carefully also.
No.
She said
Jay,
all three of our names the same.
Jay, you heard the extra. It was like Shane O'Mac. Like,
I'm out of this one. I'm out of
It's
this
a
one.
funny
That's
name.
nice
no,
and
You say
nice
don't,
Shane
and
O'Mac
cute.
funny. It's a funny name. That's how you're
don't.
supposed to say. You say
No,
it funny.
Jay, don't be out of it now. But when we're in the chat, you want to be a part of it. You better keep that same energy. Come on now.
Wasn't you earlier just saying that I
Nope.
wasn't a part of the chat earlier? So yeah,
Nope.
just go ahead. Just go ahead.
I'm not buying it.
I said you
Not
weren't a
buying
part of the chat. What are you talking about?
Earlier on, remember, if I
I
paid
said
attention.
I said conversation, not the chat.
it. Anyway, Des. She always says it like that. Because that's how you
Mhm.
say Shane O'Mac. That's how you said it.
I don't say your name like that. I'm like Shane O'Mac. I don't do that.
See,
But
you have base to it, see, but it's the same spiel. Shane O'Mac. Shane O'Mac. Shane O'Mac.
anyways,
It's the same
anyways,
spiel. The same
anyways,
spiel, right, Jay?
spotlight. This is for you.
Look where you done started, Des. Look what you done started. After that whole segment that we got with Metaphor, we got a Dijak promo that was talking about, a guy who's got great conviction. He's got reckless abandon. He's 6'7", 270. You know, got this, nothing but destruction. A man with athleticism, and you know, he's here to collect championships because this is the reason why he got sent down to the NXT roster. This is what he wants to do. He want to make the name for himself and be superior, the superior big man. So we got Oba looking at the TV, and he lets them both know, I will show you why I am champ. And Oba comes out to fight. And what happened, Des? What happened, Des? What now?
The disrespect that you've been showing to the production team tonight is unreal. Unreal.
And now,
Unreal.
I'm disrespecting the production team.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the second time you did not acknowledge what they did on your show for the first time ever. Like, yes, that's being pretty disrespectful to them.
Well, go ahead and say what was so disrespectful. Go ahead.
Shane,
Fill in the blank.
I'll pass it off to you because you normally nerd off with me on Raw about these
No,
things.
no, 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 no. You're not gonna put me in this little spat that you have with Jay. No, you explain why you said what you said to Jay. Don't add Shane to this thing. Shane O'Mac, why don't you tell Jay why I snapped on him? Des, the mic is yours.
All right, well then, if that's the case, then effective immediately, Shane, you don't need to talk about this on Raw anymore, since you don't want to talk about it right now, since it's the first time we're seeing this on NXT and it needs to be talked about. But anyway, yeah, Oba was watching the situation with Dijak in the back before he came out to the ring. He made his address to his opponents, and then the camera followed him in one shot. They followed him from that screen all the way out into the arena area. We've never seen that again on NXT. They don't do that, but they're starting to do it now. So I don't know why all of a sudden we're acting all weird about the fact that we're seeing these different angles from production. Or I don't know. Maybe you guys expect the NXT to just stay the same while everybody else is evolving around them. So it's weird to me.
You know, not for nothing. This could have been one of your points when Jay says, Des, I'll start with you and then Shane O'Mac to follow. What are your thoughts on this match? That would have been a point, you know, before you have mentioned everything else following on the match. And then I would have said, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, but
look at you.
the match wasn't next. We had another promo, so why not mention it while we're in the promo?
You want to change this to an episode of Dynasty. Nancy Kerrigan against, oh, I forgot her name, Diane Carroll going head to head.
Again, if the next thing wasn't the match, it's another promo, why not mention it while we're in the promo? It happened right then and there. Why would I mention it with the match? It had nothing to do with the match.
And then when it ate with the shade attitude level as he speaks on the microphone.
Because
Jay,
he, like The Rock said, he's speaking gospel right now, and you don't want to admit it. Why am I speaking about something after the fact, 2 segments after the fact, when we're on it right now? Yeah, make it make sense, Shane.
Make it make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Make it make sense, Jay. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Only on Tuesdays. Only on Tuesdays. Sorry, Gigi. Sorry, your
Yeah,
queen.
you bring Des take out Jay for some reason. Not me.
Hey, I brought him out 3 days earlier. I'm sorry.
That's what you
Yeah.
addressed me as when you introduced me today, by the way.
Yes, I did, and that's what we got, everybody. We got the taker version of Des tonight.
Yeah, so you brought him out from the intro. Yeah, there you go. You asked for him and you got him. There you go.
Yeah, I should have expected to get buried tonight. Sorry, I don't write in my papers here. Great camera angle for every little thing. Sorry, I'm sorry. So, you know, we got Oba walking out, and the crowd is doing their little chant for him, and he's gonna fight Gacy. And prior to that match, we get Trick talking with Ava in the back as well about the fight, and she's letting him know everything that's gonna be happening prior to the match. And before Gacy comes out, when Gacy comes out, Sean Spears hits him with a chair and is like, laugh at this. So, that's the beginning to our match with Gacy and Oba. Fellas, what were your thoughts on this? I'm going to go Shane first and then Des.
First of all, if you want to talk about camera angles, I'm not feeling this upside down camera crap that they keep doing every time Gacy come out. Yes, I understand that that's part of your niche, that's part of your gimmick, your spiel, whatever it is you want to call it. But it's very dizzy when they do that. And then you did that while Mr. Sparks came out and hit him in the back with a chair. It's like, wow, forgot about Mr. Sparks. Sparks hit him with a chair, and he's standing over him, and then the camera finally turns back around, and Uber comes out. He comes because he was in the ring when this was going on because Gacy was being introduced and walked out. So then when Uber sees this, he steps out of the ring, and he goes, no, he's mine. He's mine. And he just brings him in the ring, and once again, we see Mr. Uber as to why he is the North American champion. He whooped this man's ass in that ring. You hear me? And I know you hear me because you should have heard that slap, that chop, that echoed in the entire building. And it knocked his ass right down off of the ring. That was probably one of the loudest slaps I have ever heard. So Uba, he does this little throwing big guys around. He throws him one last time in the middle of the ring. And, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the audience, they was doing the chant and they did the X. They did the chant and did the X. So when the referee did it, I said, oh, is the referee part of the chant? Like for 1 second I said that, but then again, I remember Des was mentioning how when the referee does the X, that means that's not good. That means stop the match. We have an injured, superstar in the ring. And it was just dead silence. Like, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, is this real, Des? Is this real, Jay? Like, what's going on? Like, is he really hurt, or is like what's going on? And it was dead silence. Nobody said anything. It was a very eerie moment. And the whole time, Uber was just standing there celebrating. See what I mean? See what's going to happen? This is what's going to happen come Saturday. And this is why I am still going to be the North American champion. And baby, my money is going with Mr. Uber. He is going to win on Saturday. Des?
Yeah, dude, that slap, Lord have mercy. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I think I replayed that slap about 4 to 5 times because I could not imagine, I've never experienced anything like that ever before. And, we have Gunther on my show on Raw. But I was just watching the reaction of the crowd, the audience. There was not one person in that audience that was like, not responding to it. Everybody responded to that shit because that shit echoed and it echoed. I was like, wow, that had to hurt. And as you know, they showed, Gacy's sternum or chest, and you saw the handprint on his chest from Oba, and I'm just like, God damn, like, whoo, Lord have mercy. I was like, shit. And yeah, and Shane already spoke about all the good stuff. Oba did what he normally does, and he before he does his finisher, he picks up his opponents and he just tosses them across the ring. And I don't know, I was trying to watch it. I watched it back a few times. I'm like, did he hit his head on the mat? But before he threw him, when he was picking him up, he was already holding his head. So I'm like, okay, maybe he was knocked out, for a second, and it wasn't anything too serious. And then I also said to Shane in our chat, I said, like, do you think that was a work? Like, do you think that was fake? But just so that it can build the character of Oba, just based off of what we've seen of Gacy in the last few months, of him basically being the next Mick Foley as far as having a high tolerance of pain and stuff like that. So I'm still confused only because of what we saw later on in the night. So yeah, overall, the match ended in a no contest. I didn't even realize that it was a match for the title. I didn't even realize that, unless that was a mistake by the announcer or I missed that somehow, some way. But yeah, Jay.
Yeah, Des, I was confused also because it wasn't announced. Because I said, wait a minute, is this a title match? Like, why is he fighting tonight? But they never, like in the beginning, they didn't, because they usually mention it in the beginning when they come out. Yes, that this is
Right.
for, but she never said that in the beginning.
Right.
So yeah, when they said no contest, I'm like, okay, so was this a what?
Right. And then she said, and still North America. I'm like, well, obviously he'll still be the champion if it's a non-title match. But if you're gonna say that, that means it was a title match. But I was just like, but who said it was? So I was so confused too.
Right. It was like nobody said it was, but I guess to add to the dramatics of it all, she said that or got caught up in her head to say that. It
With
was
her tone.
the whole thing was confusing. Yeah, it was because even she sound a little lost
and rattled. Yeah.
Yeah, and was like looking for the words. I think she did that by mistake because of the moment.
Right.
Because
maybe
it was like
maybe she
didn't know.
Yeah, maybe she wasn't in on it and she didn't know, and she might have thought it was real too. But maybe if it was real, I don't know. Like I said, maybe it was a momentary knockout for Gacy at that moment, but he was fine a few minutes later. Like I don't really know. Like I told Shane, you know, when I wrote in the chat right to you, I was like, do you think this is real? Like I was just lost. I wasn't sure.
Right, because I remember you said when a referee does the X, that's not good. Because usually when they end the match, they just wave their hand and say ring the bell in the match. But he did like X. I'm like, uh-oh.
Right. Which led me to say, okay, maybe he was knocked out momentarily, but it's not safe for him to continue to compete. So they throw up the X to let backstage know like this is real. And not to mention he was talking to backstage on his mic. He was, he told Oba to step back and he was talking, he put his hand on his hip, he started communicating with backstage like, something's up. And then, that's why they weren't showing Gacy anymore after that. And then, by accident, you saw the medical person come into the ring, and they were trying to keep the camera on Oba, but he just happened to pass by, and I'm like, okay. And then you're watching the audience; they were looking at Oba. So again, I'm not sure, only because of the fact that how they treated the situation with Ilya a few months ago, and they would try to make that seem like that was real, but I don't know. This is Shawn Michaels' show, man. I don't know, Jay.
No, y'all guys talked a good one on it, and I appreciate that because you know normally when we see stuff like that, we're like the first thing that goes through our minds is it's wow, what did he get hurt from? Is it a concussion? Is it a leg, arm, something? What the hell just happened? And I can understand what Shane said, because the crowd was doing that X thing, and then all of a sudden the ref does the same bullshit. So, like, did you just acknowledge the fact that this man, he beat his prey and put it to the ground and put the stake in him? That's how you could think that to finish the product, the meal is done. That's it. You finished them, and uh, you know, hopefully, I didn't expect Spears to come out the way he did in the beginning and actually, catapult things to the way it happened at the end. But that also gives us, with great gratitude, and guys that just don't forget. And I like that with a guy like Spears. So hopefully we see more of this Gacy and Spears angle down the line, fellas. And it leads us into a promo where we got Tatum Paxley talking with Lyra, and she's surprised at how Lyra was acting and what she did in the ring towards Roxy. Des, could I personally, ask you this one yourself since you're the Roxy guy here, and actually, what were your thoughts on this quick little promo that we got between the two? Little segment, I mean.
Before he answered, maybe you should play the message.
Got it.
Yeah, I got Dijak winning this match. I mean, like, dude, it's shit or get off the pot time with Dijak, man. We got to put a belt on him, make him relevant. And then for Oba, it's like, oh, he's doing all this stuff with the title. Why would you take it off of him? I mean, you have Dijak pinning Joe Gacy, so he still looks strong. He didn't really take a L. And then, hey, Oba versus Dragunov. Tell me you don't want to see it. Forgive me, I misspoke. I think Dijak should pin Josh Briggs, not Gacy. I was still thinking about Gacy because of this match we're talking about right now. Freudian slip.
Right, Jay, because with that three-way, that would probably be the only way that Dijak would win is by pinning Briggs, because it's going to be real tough for Dijak to wear out Uber, even Briggs to do the same thing, and for them to try to beat him, wear him out, Uber out, and to pin him for the win. So they're going to have to fight each other. But we know that Uber's not going to just stand there and let them do that, right, Jay? Uber's going to go in there and he's just going to act like a big ass truck and just run over these guys, and once again prove why he's the man and why he will continue to be the North American champion. And to ask the question, why would Uber want to fight Dragunov unless you're saying that Dragunov is going to leave the PLE as the champion? Yeah, I can understand that angle, but to me, well, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, Jay.
Mm, that's a good future thought. I was saying about Dragunov and Oba. So let's see what happens down the line. You know, and it leads us into another match, fellas, where we got Ariana Grace and Ren Sinclair. But wait a minute, Des, you ain't speak yet in the promo. Where are you, guy? Before I go on to this match.
What, with Tatum and Lyra?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. It was, I mean, again, Lyra's just letting Tatum know that, look, I have to go to a different headspace to get to win this match on Saturday. I got to do whatever I got to do to keep my title. And Tatum's just like, but this is not you. You're better than this and all that. And Lyra's like, I don't want to hear that right now. Like, this is what I got to do. And I don't know. I don't know. Now it seems like Tatum might cost her the match by trying to, tell her this is not who you are, like still plead and beg with her about this. So we'll see. But my money's still on Roxy.
Right. You know, we all here going for Roxy, and hopefully she wins that match on Saturday afternoon. That also leads us into a match between Ariana Grace and Miss Ren Sinclair. Hmm. Fellas, since you just let off Des, I'm gonna ask Shane, and then you. What were your thoughts on the match? Hit it.
Hmm. You know, this Grace, she's really yeah, she's I didn't know how thick she was. She's a really like thick, solid fighter. You know, her fighting skills was pretty good. I was impressed by that, and she won the match. So it was a pretty, it was a simple match. A good, woman's match. So they could get their feet wet and tell the story. Yeah, it's not much to tell. It was a good match. Congratulations to Gacy on winning. Des.
Did
My
he
sin.
just say? Wait, did he just say Gacy on winning?
Why do I keep saying gay? Good grief! You know what? Here you go, Jay. Why do I keep saying Casey when we talk about this woman, Ariana
but
Grace?
but when I do it, I'm throwing shade at people. Like, wow, what a big difference between him and I. Wow. But
Okay, Des, I'm sorry if I don't have pooping noise. If I had the pooping sound effect on my machine, I would
I
use that. I gave
I
myself
don't
the bump.
no, I don't want you to do any of that. Honestly, it's okay. You're human. We make mistakes. I called Chad Gable Daniel Bryan last night. Like, you're not doing it on purpose. Shit
No,
happens, man.
no, don't give me a piece of that sympathy cake. Get that shit away from me. You done already threw the shade at me, which is why I'm responding the way I'm responding. But you go ahead. The mic is yours, Mr. Des Taker.
Wow. Okay. I've never met anybody who wanted to be shaded. But anyway, I agree with Shane 100%. It wasn't really much for me to write down about this match. Other than that, Ariana is very smooth with the way she uses the ropes to win. Like, yeah, good job, Ariana. I'm assuming she's a heel, because if she's gonna win like that, you can't be a good guy. So, and yeah, that's all I got to say about it. Jay.
Okay, cool. That was, kudos to Ariana for winning by cheating, and let's see what they got in store for her. I liked what I saw from Ren, in hopes that she continues her development down the line. Hopefully, we see what could happen, and that leads us into Sol Ruka versus Blair Davenport. But before we get into that match, we got the Dawn and Ilya Dragunov meeting at the table. Fellas, what was your thoughts on this one at the end of it? Dez and then Shane.
Again, because I didn't write anything down for this, but yeah, again, more over the top, very cool. I'm enjoying this whole movie cinematic ride that they're giving us with this match. It's very different from how every other match is being marketed, and I enjoy it. Um, this hand injury that Ilya is running with is hilarious to me. Unless I missed something last week. I know he got his hand stomped on like maybe once or twice, but I'm like, is it really that bad? But anyway, I don't find Ilya to be that great of a champion or wrestler. Anyway, I mean, I'm not going to say wrestler, but him as a champion is just not connecting with me. But I like his matches, his pay per view matches, NXT matches, but his pay per view matches when stuff is important, it's better. But yeah, the Don is going to be Don in the Don being a Don. And yeah, I expect Tony to come out as the winner of the match on Saturday. If not, we are going to riot. Shane?
Was that a scat you just did, or you was just saying Don's name? Sound like he was scatting for a second. Let me find
I
out you a jazz
was.
singer, moonlighting as a jazz singer. Oh, you was scatting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bro, I used to play trumpet, I was in jazz band, yeah. And Don is not a hard word to do that with. It's very easy. Very good.
I see. I see. But you know something that I think I saw that summarized the entire video series when Tony stood up and he said, "This is nothing personal. It's just business." As in, if this was personal, I would have offed you off a long time ago. That's personal. Business
Yes.
wise, I'm doing everything right now from a business aspect. Let me show you what I am capable of doing to you, at you, near you. This is what can happen to you. That's why that whole atmosphere that Des was talking about was set. That was to put some fear into Dragonov, to have him sit there and say, "What is this guy about to do to me? Is he about to like torture me? Is he about to cut me? Is he about to?" Because he had all of these scenarios playing all at once to put that fear into him and to have us go, what is this guy up to? But he's playing mind games with him, number one, and number two, he's definitely showing him what it is that he being Tony, what he is capable of doing with just a simple snap of the fingers. Now that's powerful. And to me, that's why he is going to win, because I have a feeling that he is going to snap his fingers like that from the PLE, and something is going to happen that's going to have him win those titles, Des. I'm telling you, those fingers are going to win the title.
Yeah, but Shane, you actually you were on it. Ilya actually admitted that that he's really good at mind games and getting into his head, because he got into his head. So he admitted what you were saying tonight, and I'm just like, okay, that's step one. That is step one right there. And I know we have somebody in our listeners column who's a hater of Tony D, so he's just going off left and right. But I'm sorry, dude, Ilya's trash. I'm sorry, not sorry.
And on that note, I'm gonna play these messages.
No yeet.
I've been waiting on this all night. I've been waiting on this all night. I've been waiting on this all night. It's time for me to start shitting on the face spaghetti bender. Fucking Tony D'Angelo, you piece of shit. Oh, here we go. Don't you put that evil on me, Dez. No, Dez, don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. You are not paralyzed. Okay? No, Tony D'Angelo will not win this. I swear to God, if Tony D'Angelo wins this match, blow up NXT. Blow the whole thing up.
Nope.
No.
He like, Des, we'll blow this thing up, Des.
Right. No planes into the ring. None of that. Hell no.
Oh man, that was a good one.
Only in high school though. I was first chair trumpet, so yeah, and I love jazz. But anyways, getting back to wrestling.
Wait. Spotlight, you played trumpet too, and you was on first trumpet? I was too. Bruh, I was in marching band. Oh, during high school. Okay, check you out. All right, Spotlight. Yeah.
This fucking fake spaghetti bender out there doing the bada bing, bada boom, gabagool, all this shit. Oh my God, fuck, I hate him. I hate him so much. And I swear to God, when he said that, because you just brought it up, I swear, when I was watching this, I'm just like, here, and I'm not even barely paying attention because fucking Tony D'Angelo has it. In my mind, what I heard was, if this was personal, I would have jacked you off a long time ago. And I'm just like, excuse me? Pardon? Sir? You don't want to give us a pause right there?
I don't. First off, it's no Diddy, but I don't think he said I would have jacked you off long time ago. This is a PG show, and no.
No, I think he said whack.
Right, whack. That's a mafia term there. You're being funny. You're being funny.
Yeah, Tony D'Angelo is going to snap his fingers and he's going to be like, guys, I wasn't actually a mafioso. I was a magician. Now watch, I'm going to snap my fingers and I'm going to disappear from the fucking company. Yeah, I'm doing this for knives. I don't ask for much in life. All right? It's not much that I ask for. Can we be done with this shit?
Mr. Sparkle Booty.
The motherfucker can't even correctly run the ropes. He can't even, this is Orange Cassidy levels of rope running. He sucks.
Wow. And he hates Seth Rollins too, right? Mr. Sparkle Booty, I don't get it. So you're a fan of Ilya? Like, I'm just trying to understand. You're new to the show. I like you, and I love your point of views. You're different from us. Well, we're all different, but yeah, I'm just amazed.
No, for sure, this is something different, and I appreciate it. Let's see what your girl Spotlight got to say.
Well, jacked him up could have been better, Sid. Yeah.
I am so intrigued by the fact that Spotlight knows what the hell we're talking about. I think I played a one of our shows with Spotlight. She was on it for my mom, and she was like, "Wait, you have women that listen to y'all show too?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "Yeah, we do." I'm like, "Yeah, we do." It's an equal opportunity podcast. It's for everybody. If you fucks with us, fucks with us, and I fuck with you too. Let's go.
Somebody like Sparkle, because they have similarities, because they both played for the same band. They in the WWE football game. They're playing. You hear Des? You hear Spotlight? You see me with the baton? I throw it up in the air, and Jesus himself caught it. Mm-hmm.
Hey, look. I used to be Spotlight. I don't know if you were in a marching band, but I used to be drum major for my marching band, and I marched in that inaugural parade of Obama. So I will flaunt my shit till the day I die. Yep, I was on TV. You can YouTube me. I was on that motherfucker proud. Like what? Damn right, Shane. Go ahead and play the marching band music again. Go ahead. I don't give a shit.
You the man. I thought you had your own marching band music. But since you want me to
Oh
bring my equipment
shit.
out, let me bring my equipment out. Mm-hmm. You see me? You see the baton, Jay? See how high I'm throwing it? Look at that. Now Moses caught it. There you go.
He said Moses. Yo.
Oh my god.
Y'all a mess. Y'all a hot mess. You have messages, Mr. Hot Mess.
Yo, we got Spotlight active tonight. Let's go. Go ahead, Jay.
Ilya Dragunov, I can take him or leave him. Yeah, he's not great. I'm not a big fan, but he's not like Tony D'Angelo where I'm like 9/11 the ring when he's in it. He's just okay. He's just okay. Now, right now, my guy in WWE, Santos Escobar. I am 100% on the Santos Escobar Legado del Fantasma train. This motherfucker's gonna be a star.
It's okay, Triple J. You can carry the equipment. I'm just messing with you.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
She gave you the alternative job.
She gave
You
you the
band manager.
Damn.
He's a band manager.
No, I don't want to do that. That means I gotta polish everything. No, I can't be that guy.
And be happy about it.
No, I can't be in the back cleaning the drums and the sticks and the flutes and all that other shit. No, no.
Nah, Spotlight, Spotlight, when you get a chance, Google the Brooklyn Steppers Marching Band inaugural parade, and you're gonna see your boy in that video. Trust me. Yeah.
Hey, do that promoting on your show Monday, man.
This is my show. What are you talking about? We're the
Hey,
Three Bells
hey,
podcast. Are we not?
hey.
This is all of our shows. I'm just not hosting it tonight.
Don't worry, Shane. We're getting proceeds from this from him. So we'll tax him later on for this.
Yeah, meanwhile, we have to keep quiet and carry the equipment.
That wasn't that. I didn't make that decision. I didn't make that. That didn't come from me. That came from Madame Spotlight, first trumpet.
You're smiling as you said that. You're
I
Yep.
smiling.
surely am. She
Yep, that's a
understands me.
blessing.
She understands me more than you will ever do. I'm getting out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Side note, I am loving the Three Bells podcast dynamic. I'm loving this because it's like you guys have a real good rapport. You got great timing. And also it's like, I'm not sure if you guys hate each other or not, but I'm here for it.
Yo, first off, thank you for that. Apparently I was named because we've had a few guys from different podcasts join in on us for a bit, and I was dubbed the heel of the three of us. So, I'm just doing my job, which is being me, but I guess it's being a heel as well. And I don't hate these guys. Not today. Not today. I don't hate them today. We're good.
Oh, what do you mean not today? Not today. You hate on us
What?
every day. That's why you have multi people that says the same thing. That should tell you something. We have more than a couple of people.
I mean, don't everybody love the heel? The heel is the best motherfucker on the show.
Hate soda. I'm just saying, man.
What is it? Oh, you're lucky I done deleted my old music. C-E-O-C.
Oh,
You're not
God.
licensed to play that. Nope. You're not.
I'm not.
You're not licensed to play that. So nope.
I'm not playing it. I said it. I said it's different.
Ay, ay, ay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
See,
Jay, you got
see,
2 more
there.
messages and we can continue. All right.
C-O.
Ooh, steppers. I like that. All right. I am enjoying the podcast, and I'm glad I can pay attention to it because I was like, I gotta do my. I literally was at work today, so, and I was ending everything, and I was like, I gotta listen to this podcast. So y'all be quiet. I gotta do my paperwork. I gotta get going, and I did. So here I was. So there I am, and I am still cracking up. I had them going today. I made them listen to me. Listen to the Wrestlemania again with The Rock and Rain. I know that's old, but shoot. Oh man. Anyways, okay. Triple J. Mwah. No hard feelings. Shane O'Mac. And Mundo 24. Okay, I quit. No favorites.
Mm-hmm. I heard a kiss. Wasn't no kiss for Shane O'Mac. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't be hating. Look, we just connected on a different level, bro. When you were in band, it's one band, one sound. Band is a different world, bro. Like if you wasn't in it, you don't know. So we just connected differently. That's all it is. It's okay. She'll still give you your Shane O'Mac whenever she comes on, but it is what it is.
Okay, so she says my name's sexy. She has a connection with you from the band, and then she gives Jay a kiss. Emotions, emotions. Right, Jay?
This is what happens when you feel sorry for a person like me, and being in this situation where I am in the back just cleaning up the drums and the equipment. So I can understand where she's coming from with that.
Oh,
Thank
so
you, thank
it was
you. I'm wiping
it
my
was
tears.
a pity kiss. A pity kiss is like, poor baby. But Jay, go ahead and move your show along, man. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so I'm a liar. I said I was here for it, but I'm not here for it now because my pizza just got here. So I am about to put the smash on a mushroom and pancetta pizza and then take my black ass to bed because I get to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Yay. So, hey, thank you guys for putting up with my bullshit. I appreciate y'all. You stay safe. You stay blessed. You stay humble. You stay as awesome as you always are. Knives 313 out. And remember, fuck Tony D'Angelo. Fuck him.
Well, Knives, just real quick, we would love to have you back again for our show on Friday, SmackDown, brought to you by Mr. Shane O'Mac himself at 10:15, right after the Friday Night SmackDown, and then also join us over the weekend for Stand and Deliver in both nights of WrestleMania 40. Bro, enjoy your
Bro,
pizza. Have a good
fact.
night. Jay, you got anything to say?
Definitely appreciate your insight, your input, and the fuck Tony D'Angelo shit. Man, it's been a good night hearing you, man. Keep on coming. Bring that energy every night. Man, enjoy that
Shane?
mushroom pizza.
Yeah, dude, we hope to see you on Friday, man. We're going to have a jam packed show on Friday. And if not, then we can snap on Des together on his show on Monday. How about that, man? You can do that whatever you want, man. Enjoy that pizza, dude. Have a good night.
Right, right. Have a great night. And also that after we got through everything, we
One
got
last
our
message. Let's get through the last message, and then we can just continue the show. No more messages.
gotcha.
Do y'all acknowledge Roman or are y'all Cody crybabies? I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with them both all heavy. Like, how can you not fuck with Cody Rhodes? It's like, I fuck with him heavy, bro. But Roman, I love my boy Roman. Like, come on now.
We could talk about that on Friday SmackDown show,
Right,
or we could talk
yeah.
about it on Monday Raw show, dude. We hope to see you on both or either show.
All right, that's the best time to have that input is on Friday because we'll see or hear more from the tribal chief. And on that note, we had the Soul Ruka versus Blair Davenport matchup in which, you know, this was a revenge match for Soul Ruka on the sole purpose that Blair Davenport injured her and, had her out for over a year. And fellas, real quick, what were your thoughts on this match? Shane, and then Des, real quick.
Real quick, this was a cool match. They were saying that Soul came back from injury and she did an awesome job. That DDT she did off the top rope, wow, that was absolutely amazing, and well deserved of her winning that match. Des.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway was great job by Soul fighting on one leg and executing moves off the top rope with one leg. I was just like, wow. Blair, good job. And shout out to Soul for winning that match. I would have rathered her finisher, which is fucking awesome, but we got to roll up. It's all good. Jay?
So y'all was surprised we didn't get no Soul Snatcher tonight. Then is what you're
Yeah, but
saying.
with the way she was, one leg, I don't think she would have been able to execute that properly. She tried it, and you saw what happened.
Right. Yo, but that jump off the ropes that she did off that one leg, I thought that shit was wild. That shit was cool as shit. And kudos to her for actually getting the win on that match. And you know, Even that even the cartwheel, everything she did was good. That cartwheel, DDT. Hey, the barking, the crying, stop it. But yeah, that cartwheel DDT she did off the ropes, I thought that was probably one of the most fire shits I've seen from a female in a minute as far as with that move. And also now that leads us into now we got let me see what we got here. We got a Dijak segment where he's going in talking to Mr. Briggs and letting him know. You see what Oba did to Gacy out there, and Briggs is like, that ain't gonna be me. And Oba says, I will remain champion. And that was all we got from those three guys. So we get another segment where Ava's at the table and she's more or less like, we got a good card coming Saturday. She's happy, she's excited, and Gacy's under the table and asks for Spears, and she granted him the match on Saturday for the countdown show. Fellas, what were your thoughts on this, Dez and Shane?
Let's go. Let's get it. I wished it was a stipulation match, a chairs match. That would have been cool to see, but I'm still interested in how this story will evolve moving forward. Shane?
Absolutely. I wish this was like how you say, Jay, a street match, like just like some type of match where we have stuff that Gacy can use instead of just a chair. That would make it interesting for me, Jay.
True. I'd definitely love to see that type of stipulation for that match. We never know what we're gonna get from them when that happens. At the same time, let's see. It's good that they actually. What happened?
I'm sorry. I just want to shout out my best friend. My best friend is showing up. Fizzle.
Hello there, Fizzle. What's going on? And that leads us into our last segment of the night, and where we have Trick and Mellow, fellas. Shane, and then Dez. What's your thoughts on this promo leading into Stand and Deliver?
My old silly ass, when Trick said, here we are face to face, as soon as he finished saying that, I said, a couple of silver spoons. It's the theme song of Silver Spoons. It's like an old 70s song, and it starts off, here we are face to face, a couple of silver spoons. One of the things that Trick said that was, when he said, we're the first black men, to main event Mania PLE. I was like, nice. This is true. Nice. Two black guys. Nice. Because they are main eventing a Mania PLE and there's no title. So, usually there's a title involved. There's no title. So that goes to show you how huge this match is. And, I had to laugh every time when Mello was speaking, he got booed. It was almost like a reminder of Big Dom, of Dirty Dom, when he gets booed every time he speaks. And it was like, yeah, there was both, speaking facts. But one thing that Mello really said that stuck out when he said, he treated in the lines of, he looked at the championships as their women, their girls, because Trick had the North American and then Mello had the NXT. And then when they both lost those titles or both lost their girls, they tried to get their girls back. But the thing was, Trick tried to get Mello's girl. And I was like, wow, that's an interesting way of looking at the situation like that, from, as homies talking like that. And then it was the whole melee and stuff like that, just to remind us of just how serious and just how deep and how powerful this match is going to be. This is going to be an amazing match, Des and Jay, in my opinion. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Shane, that stuck out to me too, because thinking back to it, Trick never tried to regain the North American Championship. He moved right on to the NXT Championship. So I get where Mello is coming from. Mello was just speaking facts on facts on facts on facts, regardless of what Trick was trying to say and how he tried to spin stuff. Like I said, I'm Mello gang 100%. Yeah, and the fact, like you said, the melee where they were beating up everybody. They were beating up all the security guards. They were beating up the wrestlers that came down and tried to, separate them. And it was, the few times that they got rid of everybody and then they went at it. And then more people came to try to break them up and they beat them up and they went at it again. I cannot wait for this. And like you said, Shane, that was a part of my notes as well. The fact that now we get to see the first men's, African American headline main event match during WrestleMania. It's beautiful because we got Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair a few years ago, the first black women to headline a WrestleMania, to main event a WrestleMania. So this is beautiful. I mean, the fact that we are getting represented, in this company now, it really touches a chord for me. Like I mentioned to you guys on Friday when we got that ending with Bianca and Jade and Naomi standing tall and proud and black and just strong. Again, it's the same thing. Whether I feel a way about Trick or not, it's a beautiful thing to see. Representation. So I am very proud and very happy that we got this. So I would like to give 3 bells to Triple H, Shawn Michaels for respecting that and branching away from the old ways. Triple J.
Dez, this is the thing. So quick question. That Sasha and Bianca match at Mania, that was a title match, wasn't it?
Yes, it was for the women's title. I believe it was the SmackDown Women's Championship at that time.
Right. They closed out with a title match, and these two guys, they're closing out, and there's no title match. It's like this is like a personal thing that's going on. That's how powerful and like I'm trying to find the words to describe this, which is why it's considered a main event and not a title exchange. Like that's
Mello, he put it in he put it in he made it he how can I say it? He said it. He said that whether he has a title or not, he is him. He is the guy in NXT, which is true. And Trick is the next guy in NXT, which is very true. And you can't stop that. Regardless, sometimes some guys are just bigger or some women are just bigger than titles. And this is one of those situations where the fandom is just is so hot. It needs to be the main event because it doesn't matter. It's more, it's more than a title. It's personal. It's, the old fan favorite, like he said, he was the guy for 3 years versus the up and coming fan favorite, Trick, who's been hot for the last 6 months. And it's only right for them to close out the show because this storyline, out of all the storylines that we have for Stand and Deliver, this is the longest running storyline. It's been going for months and months since 2023. And beyond that, if you want to look at it as going back to when they first got together. So like Ciampa said, this might be the biggest match in NXT history. And I'm rolling with it.
Right, because the biggest match to me in NXT history was Ciampa Gargano, and in the Sasha Banks one with Bailey at the first ever Stand and Deliver in the Barclays. So those two matches itself, if this match on Saturday can live up to that hype and that build that those other two matches got, man, this is gonna be some shit because this is like basically a one off between the two. Ciampa Gargano we got 3 times, and then the Sasha Bailey thing that led on into the main roster when they got up there. But man, I can't wait, and we're close. Saturday's almost here. We're gonna be up early watching it, and it's gonna be crazy. And on that note, that literally
Jay.
ends this. What happened?
No, well, I'm sorry because since we're still on it, I just want to say, like, so do you think that what I predicted weeks and months ago, do you think that's where they're going as far as like this match being a one-off, like you said, and Mello giving Trick that rub and that final push and that win to elevate his career even higher in NXT? Because he mentioned it tonight, Trick saying, I'm the guy now in NXT. So he kind of sort of told us like Mello's going to be moving on from NXT and Trick will be the guy moving forward. Like, did you feel that?
Definitely, I for sure felt it. And if Trick winds up being the winner on Saturday, does Mello come back Tuesday to shake his hand and be like, "Look, this is it, I'm gone," or does he do it right then and there on Saturday after Trick wins? We got to think about that situation too. How do they do it? Because there's certain times when I've watched NXT and they normally wait to like a show night, like a regular TV show night, and that's how they will know that the wrestler's getting sent off to the main roster. So I hope this is different and where we get the handshake and we won't see Melo till Friday.
Shane, what are your thoughts on that? Because I remember you not agreeing with that. I don't know about that type of ending. It's them handshaking, and I expect Melo to be on Raw, not SmackDown. Like again, I don't see why he would be on SmackDown, where Raw has more opportunities for him. And unless Triple J is sitting here predicting a turn where Melo goes from heel to face to the main roster. But Shane, your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a tricky one because this is not just some, you stepped on my sneaker or you bumped into me duel here. Like this is something that's like really, really deep. You're talking about two best friends here, and you're talking about betrayal, and you're talking about somebody having the champion now. I want to be the champion. It's a lot of personal feelings back and forth, and that melee that we saw tonight. Did you see how hard they was fighting everyone else to get to each other? That's pretty heavy. That is very heavy. You really have to be a very forgiving person for us to see that moment where Melo shake Trick's hand if Trick wins. Because of what's been going on that built up to this moment here. I don't see the handshake. I may see Melo say, yeah, you got it. You got that. And then keep on moving because he'll say, yeah, you may got that, but I'm aiming for bigger and better things. Like at the end, he's still going to throw shade and he's still going to say, I'm still the bigger guy than you. Even if you're big, I'm bigger. That's what I see, Des. And Jay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and on that note, like honestly, this is the last episode of NXT before Stand and Deliver, everybody. Fellas, traditionally I know we go with our match and move of the night, but tonight I would like to add as well. What match this weekend out the 7 that we got for Stand and Deliver is the match that you most look forward to? This is a question I am attaching to your guys' match and moment of the night. Shane and then Dez. Dez and then Shane, since Shane is our Friday guy.
Okay. Well, I think it's pretty obvious what match I want to see the most out of them all for Saturday. I want to see Trick versus Mello. That's my match of Stand and Deliver that I want to see. And my match of the night for tonight goes to match number 1, which was LWO versus Axiom and Frazier versus the Good Brothers. I think that match out of all of them tonight gave us the most, and it had a surprising winner. And yeah, that's how I'm gonna roll with it. Shane?
So in terms of Stand and Deliver, this is a hard one because all of these matches are really, really good. The matchups are absolutely amazing. But yeah, it's all about that main event. And the reason why this is the main event, because everyone is thinking the same thing. This is going to be the shit for the whole day. But this outdo Mania Night 1? Very possible. So I would definitely say that's my match for Stand and Deliver. The match for tonight, I would agree with Dez. That first opening match, that was a crazy match and totally did not expect for A and F to win. Congratulations to you guys. Good luck to you guys and Stand and Deliver. My moment of the night was the end of the Uber versus Gacy match because that was such a weird feeling. And I don't get this feeling a lot watching any of the brands of WWE. And it was interesting to see if it was real or not. And then we find out that he was okay. So at least he was okay. But just that moment of just stillness and confusion, to me, that's my 3 bells. Jay?
I agree with you. I didn't even do a moment of the night, but I agree with you on that one, Shane. So for me, that is the same thing. Jay?
Honestly, the match that that I'm looking forward to on Stand and Deliver. Besides, I'll have to agree with you guys. I'm looking forward to that Trick Mellow fight. I'm just hoping all the 6 matches leading up to it, delivers, and we have a great night of wrestling in general. Also, my match of the night, hey, that first match, it was unpredictable. Something that we all didn't even think that was going to happen tonight, and we got the unpredictable happening with Axiom and Frazier winning tonight. And my move of the night, I ain't gonna lie to you, I gotta give it to Sol Ruka. I like that cartwheel DDT. That shit I thought was real fire about her because she was doing these moves off of one leg, and for her to just do that little side twist cartwheel and then just catch her and drop her to the floor head first, I was like, oh shit, I'm definitely intrigued by what she has to offer later on down the line, fellas. You know, Saturday is upon us, guys. And on that note, that concludes our NXT episode of the Three Bells podcast. Fellas, any final thoughts before we go off tonight?
Well, I'll pick it up from here. Again, great night for NXT. Out of all 3 shows that we got so far, leading into WrestleMania weekend, Standard Delivery weekend, NXT delivered. They held back with the promos, gave us a lot of wrestling. We got 7 matches tonight, and I was thoroughly impressed by them. So, great job NXT, great job Shawn Michaels, great job Ava, who I've been rooting for since day one. And yeah, with that being said, your boy Mundo, aka Mr. AKA himself, aka Des Taker for tonight. I sign off, and I say to you guys, join us for the remainder of our WrestleMania week. We still have 4 shows to do, and it's just gonna get better. I'm out of here.
Damn right, damn right. Thank you, everybody. Blessings to everybody that's been listening today. Drew, Dez's bestie, Spotlight, our guy, Mr. Sparkle Booty, and to everybody else, my guy Rick next door. Love y'all all. We're almost there on Saturday, but Friday, everybody stay tuned to my guy, Shane O'Mac.
It's me, your homie, Shane O'Mac, coming to you live from the East New York section of the Three Bells podcast table, saying thank everybody so much for tuning in tonight. We had an awesome, awesome time hanging out with you guys, especially hanging out with the homies. Des Taker, he came out with a special appearance tonight. Always good to see him. And of course, the cool guy, Triple J, always good to see him. And thank you so much for hosting this awesome show tonight. Don't forget to join us on Friday for the Mania Eve, Standard Delivery Eve edition of SmackDown at 10:15 p.m. And then we got the Standard Deliver special on Saturday. Then we got Mania Night 1 special on Saturday. Then we got Mania Night 2 on Sunday. Then we have Raw on Monday. Then we got NXT after Mania on Tuesday. And then we here at Three Bells close out Mania week that Friday with SmackDown. Whew. We hope you join us on all of those or any of those. But regardless, we will be here. This is your homie, Shane O'Mac. Thank you so much for joining us today. And with that, we say good fight, good night.
Yeet.
And as always, no yeet.